Sawasdee Cup. So, quick roots breakdown. Just going to go over each fight and give a little bit of my thoughts on each one. Not going to go too deep into it, but please hang around, please watch. Let me know what you think in the comments, who you think is going to win each fight or who your favourite is on the night. And yeah, we'll check back in early next week and discuss the results. So we have Rhys McAster, after making an impressive debut on the last Roots, just freshly out of Muay Thai Victoria, now an adult and fighting as a pro, taking on Maddie Black from Perth. Great matchup. Maddie's done really good as an amateur. She's just recently gone pro as well. I think it's going to be Maddie on the back foot, trying to control the length, because she's going to be a fair bit taller. From memory, I think she's a fair bit taller than Rhys, and I think Rhys is going to be pressuring her, keeping her on the back foot, trying to break her down over the distance. We have Jager Rogerson against Ethan Nunn. I do believe these guys fought in the amateurs in Muay Thai Victoria, rematching under pro rules. So once again, Sai thinking shit through, putting together really good matchups, looking at what's happening in Muay Thai Victoria, so he's knowing who to put forward then to Roots to make, to turn pro and give them the opportunities that are even. And he, because he knows everyone who's been on Muay Thai Victoria, he can then pick great matchups for debut pros. So I have seen both these guys fight. Can't remember off the top of my head how it was. I feel like Rogerson may have already fought pro as well. I'm not sure, but yeah, we'll soon see on the night who takes out the win on this one. Also have Cruz Hollingdale versus Keanu Friend. Once again, products of the Muay Thai Victoria pathway. Keanu been overseas, been in Thailand, racking up some fights, doing good in the Samui circuit there. Once again, a couple of young guys, fresh to the pro circuit in Australia and looking to make their mark. Melissa Castillo, once again, from the Muay Thai Victoria pathway, making her debut against Bella Marcos. Bella lived overseas, lived in Thailand, racked up some experience there, came back, and she had a couple of fights back in Australia, coming off a bit of a break. It's going to be interesting to see how someone who's only fought amateur goes against someone who's pretty much only fought pro. So I'm going to put my eggs in the Bella basket for this one. I think she'll have enough experience as a pro to get the win. Pierre Dooley from SRG is taking on Amir Reza. Amir is an absolute weapon. I've seen him, I've called one of his fights, I've watched his last fight where he systematically broke apart his interstate competitor. I haven't seen much of Pierre. I've seen him fight once, I can't remember. But being from SRG, he's from a really good stable, so don't doubt him at all. But Amir to me is a special guy on the circuit right now and the one to watch. Eli Everett is now fighting out of Victoria. He's at Strike Studio, taking on Zach Lasala. Great to see Zach straight back in there after his first loss. This kid is something special. He went 6 or 7-0 as a pro. Really hard to beat. Real good style. Like, his trainer Ben has done a really good job with him. Eli, originally from Calsoc, comes from a good stable, now at Strike Studio, once again, surrounded by good people from a good gym. It's going to be a test of, can Eli keep his head cool while Zach's doing what he does? Kobe Sandilands is taking on Quang Pham. Great to see Quang back in there being active. I've always been a fan of him, and he's put on some great performances over the years. Had some really close ones, had some ones where he let it slip away at the end, but beautiful technique. He's got really good power early as well, so he's quite dangerous. I'm a fan of anyone who comes out of Strike Studio, really. They've all got nice technique. They all do the job. They all put on a great performance always. And his opponent being Kobe from SRG. SRG, once again, just said it before, tough stable. It's going to be a big ask for Quang, but it's also nothing he hasn't done before. He's been in the deep end a lot, so I want to chuck my eggs in the Quang fan basket because I'm a fan. Charlie Hodgson taking on Yani Jiang. Yani's really strong. I've seen her, she fought in Adelaide last year. From really strong gym, once again, you can't go wrong when it's someone from Strike Studio. Chalia making her pro debut, I believe, on the last Roots. Had a really big run as an amateur, as a junior. Racked up a lot of experience. Now she's an adult. She's getting to jump in there as a pro. I think she's going to be a hard one to beat. Now she's under the tutelage of Kieran at Muay Yu, which is always going to be a hard task for anyone to beat. But yeah, very impressive young lady. And Yani's young. She's entertaining. She's great fun to watch as well. So this should be a really good fight. Salvatore Britti versus Charlie Cochran. Charlie Cochran making his pro debut shortly after he turned 18, and with quite a impressive debut. I have seen Salvatore fight before. I can't think off the top of my head how he went. I reckon I may have called one of his fights a couple of Roots ago. So no idea how this one's going to go. The undefeated amateur Chelsea Zyq will be taking on the Morocco pro debuter in Jess Lucic. I guess being pro debuts, we're going to see who's more comfortable without the padding on. And after their first one, that's where we can kind of get an idea of where we're going to go from there. I can't tell you off the top of my head what to expect with either of these two girls. Chris Close from Honor Martial Arts is taking on Nathan Giles from 8 Blade Warriors. I have to say, Nathan is one of my favourites who's new to the pro scene. I really enjoyed watching as an amateur, and I actually really took notice of what he was doing. I'm actually a fan of him, and freshly to the pro scene, he's 1-on-1. I'm just interested to see how he goes. I'm going to support him no matter what. He's just such a great kid as well, and deserves the best. Next up, we have the two Jordans. Jordan Stewart from AXA and Jordan Scudamaglia from 8 Blade Warriors. Jordan from 8 Blade Warriors making his pro debut. Jordan Stewart has had 3 pro fights, I believe. I can't tell you off the top of my head what Jordan from 8 Blade Warriors is going to be like. I believe I would have seen him do it through the Muay Thai Victoria circuit. I'm a bit of a fan of Jordan Stewart, though. He's a good lad. Savannah Smith from Bones MMA is taking on Marissa Baker. Marissa Baker is an absolute pressure machine. I'm really, really interested to see Savannah Smith. She's so tall, and she's really, looking at the videos of her training, she's really learned how to use that. And she's going to need to use it because Marissa's just forward pressure and non-stop, really hard to beat, just so strong. You've got to be on the whole time to be able to beat her. So this is going to be a real clash of styles. Tom Maroney from WFC is taking on Mislav Horvat, who was the poor lad who a fighter did a runner from on Warriors Way, the last Warriors Way. It's awesome that Sai really put some effort into getting him matched to make sure he does get a match up, and from a reliable gym as well. So yeah, it's going to be a cracker match, and I'm glad to see him get a match up. Deegan Martin from Box On in Mackay is taking on Jack Bennett. So most I'm pretty close with Jack Bennett, good friends. He was training with us when he got the news that he was fighting, so he had to head back to Victoria. Such a lovely dude, and really strong. I think the problem is going to be Deegan isn't going to be as strong in the clinch as Jack. I think I'm a big fan of Jack. He's undefeated as a pro, and I think it's going to be a really hard night at the office for Deegan. And the main event finally happening, Daniel Matthews versus Max Cruz. Max, American, fighting out of Phuket, Thailand. This fight was supposed to happen last year, but Max's visa didn't get approved in time, unfortunately, and Daniel had to miss out. So finally happening, Daniel has gone from strength to strength. This kid is someone to watch. His last performance was against Carter Lawrence, who's super experienced, and Daniel kept up with him for the whole fight, losing on points, but showed that he belongs at the top. Carter's been around forever, so for Daniel to last that fight out and do so well, like so strong, real strong performance from him, it's going to be a hard night at the office for Cruz, I reckon. But Cruz coming from a good gym in Phuket, it's gonna be fireworks, and that's the main event. So make sure you stick it out through the end. It's a massive card. Once again, Sai doing amazing things. He's not just a promoter. He loves this sport more than anything, and he makes sure that he does the best he can with every promotion. So, you know, I like to say hats off to Sai, the promoter to watch. You want to learn how to run a show, follow what Sai does. Guys, hope you enjoy the show tomorrow, and I will see you all on Monday. Pop 'em carb.